How's it going, folks? Welcome to Dhuketastic Life. Gosh, that's stupid. Never actually said it out loud before, but then again, everything needs to have a name, and this is the name of this channel. The description reads, life talk, fun talk, talk, and occasional tomfoolery, and that's just what's gonna happen. I'm never gonna pretend to be anything more than a 23-year-old idiot going around the world figuring things out. It's never going to be contrived. The content's always going to be just consistent, honest, just perceptions on what's happening around me. And yeah, I'm just going to talk. I'm, as I said, 23. I'm from Ireland. I'm a teacher. I'm not the best teacher in the world. I'm not a very experienced teacher. But as a teacher, screw you, car guy. Oh no, I shouldn't curse. No, it wasn't a curse. As a teacher, it's important to not just claim to have all the answers, but to be able to provide guidance for people, and that this is what I'm doing here. I want to provide guidance for you, and also for myself, because these videos aren't just for you, they're also for me. Sometimes it's good to just talk things out, even if it's with yourself and a camera, or indeed people on the internet. Apologies for the noise in the background. I'm in the Philippines, which is not an actual explanation for why it's noisy, but yes, it's noisy in the Philippines. Well, where I'm staying, that is. Oh god, I hate that dog. Yeah, no, I get woken up routinely by roosters, and our neighbours who start karaoke at like 8 AM. They're very enthusiastic. I do apologise for my appearance, and if I start to, like, you know, fade in and out a little bit, I'll get to that in a second. Firstly, I just wanted to say welcome to the channel, welcome to me. This is my face. It's not a perfect face, but it's the only one I've got. I hope you like me. Actually, no, I don't. I hope you know, thought some thoughts, and you grew a little, or whatever. My god. You see, I'm just contradicting what I said I wouldn't do at the start, which is making grand postulations about life and stuff like that. I'm just gonna talk, and you can listen. Okay? Cool. Right. Next part. Right, next part of this is a life update. 2 days ago, I got surgery. I've never had surgery before. I've been in hospital before, but I've never had surgery before. About 2 or 3 years ago, I injured myself while deadlifting for one of the first times ever, probably, and I got a hernia. Now, the hernia itself was pretty small, very minor. I went to a doctor about it, and they were just like, just keep an eye on it, and it'll be grand, because the doctor was Irish, and when you're Irish, you say, it'll be grand, and the bad stuff goes away, kind of. So there's that. Anyway, later I would develop a neuropathic pain condition, called a neuropathic pain condition, where basically a nerve in part of my body, I'm not going to get into that right now, was misfiring and sending pain signals to my brain. And for a couple of months in 2014, and for 6 months until now, very recently, I was in pretty much constant pain, and it was a very big deal for me. I tried an awful lot of stuff. Pain medication didn't work. I tried antibacterials, antiviral medication for various things that doctors thought I had. They also didn't work. I tried basically everything. Recently I learned through doing some research that a hernia, in where I had it, the location that I had it, can cause the pain that I was having. So I elected to take the surgery in order to repair said hernia in an effort to, ease my pain. Currently, I'm in a lot more pain than I was before, but hopefully this is a start to long-term recovery. I'm going to show you a picture now on the screen. Okay, so, bing, there we go, picture. Right. I just realized how hideous this is, and I apologize, everybody. Sorry. That's a picture I took of my face at 4 AM yesterday. That was taken immediately after I stood up for the first time after my surgery. It was the most painful experience of my entire life. And I'm not saying that a hernia operation, or indeed any really minor surgery, is incredibly painful. Pain is a relative experience, and that's the most painful thing I've ever felt. And standing up after that operation was so painful that my hearing went. I stood up and the sound just dropped out of the world. It was like the scene in Saving Private Ryan when they're on the beach for the first time, and Tom Hanks is looking around himself as explosions are going off and people are being blown to bits, and he's just like, this is insane, what do I do? Or that scene in Battle of the B-Words where Jon Snow is looking around himself in the kind of mosh pit, and he's like, how do I survive this? How do I get out of this? What do I do? it felt incredibly hopeless, and I was shattered. But here we are today. Later, I am standing up, I'm walking around, I have walked around several times, and that's something to be proud of. That's an achievement, okay? So, yeah, there's that. So, like I said, standing up for the first time was exceptionally painful, and it was very discouraging, and I did not try again to stand up for quite a few hours after that, but I did. And I found myself thinking of this line I heard in this like motivational workout video I heard years ago, which is something like, our greatest fear is not that we will find out that we're not strong, our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure, because then the only excuse we have is that we gave up and whatnot. So I was just repeating that in my head, the powerful beyond measure line, and I was just trying to concentrate. I didn't even speak to my girlfriend the whole time I was doing it. I was probably trying to stand up and walk for like 10 minutes. I didn't speak to my girlfriend once when I was doing that, not because I was trying to like, you know, miff her or something like that. I was literally just concentrating so hard. And eventually I walked from my bedroom to the nurse's station and did the very uncool thing of high-fiving everybody there. I genuinely thought they'd be impressed with me, but they really weren't. I guess I really am just weak. But yeah, anyway. What I'm trying to draw from this, hopefully for you as well, if you ever go through something like that, is that it's hard. It sucks. And I think the best thing that I did, really, in all of that, was where I took those few hours to give up. Because I think one thing that I've learned in life is that it's very important to actually take a few minutes to be overwhelmed and to say, okay, God, this is crap and terrible and awful, and I don't know what to do. I feel frankly quite lost, and I don't know where to go from here. And I'm just going to stand or sit or lie down and freak out for a while. And then, maybe then afterwards, I'll be fine. Hopefully. And so I did that, and I was able to stand, and I was able to walk. I walked again a couple of times. I waved at nurses again, male nurses as well as female, because I don't want to annoy my girlfriend too much. She's way too good for me, by the way. You'll see her in hopefully future videos, assuming she doesn't leave me, because, as I mentioned, she's way too good for me. But yeah, that's just what I want to do in part. I don't know if you just heard that, but sweat is literally rolling off of me, because I didn't want to put a fan on in the background, because I thought it'd be loud. Lol, this is the point where you all in the comment section point out that there are dogs barking constantly throughout this vlog, and as such, it's extremely difficult to hear me anyway, so I might as well have just gone with the fan and not been an incredibly sweaty mess. But then again, I don't want to dress up my appearance. This is exactly what I looked like when I was discharged from the hospital earlier today. Sometimes life isn't pretty, sometimes it's incredibly hard, sometimes it kicks you in your butt, and it laughs at you while you're down and rolling in pain. So yeah, like I said before at the start of this video, I am never ever going to claim to be anything more than a 23-year-old idiot who is scared and lost and trying to find his own way. Main point of this is that if I can get through it, so can you. You really can. I am not strong. I am really not. But I found strength in just a little thing. Just thinking it over and over again and drowning out absolutely everything else. The voice in my head that said, you're never going to get out of bed. Ever. You're never ever going to be able to sit down without discomfort, ever. Because I was in a dark place. Obviously it's very dramatic. In hindsight it's extremely dramatic, yes. Okay, but that's the point. The point is that you can do it if I can do it. So if you ever find yourself in a position like that, I want you to maybe reflect on this video or watch it again and look at my stupid sweaty face and say, Jesus, if that loser made it, I sure as hell can do it too. Okay, so you take care of yourself, right? Lastly, I just want to reiterate what I said at the start, and that is what you can expect from this channel and the kind of content that it'll produce. Every now and again I will just talk about experiences that I've had, or experiences that I expect to have in the future, and my sort of worries or thoughts and general ideas about them, such as maybe moving in the future, pursuing my career as a teacher, growing as a human being, recovering from this gosh awful surgery, and various other things, my relationship with my girlfriend, for example. That's really blossoming, and it's something I'm very, very happy and excited about, because she's frankly the most wonderful person I've ever met in my entire life, and it daily annoys her how often I remind her that, but I'm never going to stop, because she's remarkable, and you don't meet too many people like that very often. So yeah, it will be me, my life, observations that I've made, like I've said, And also you, if you have a question, if you want to say something, if you have something in a private message that you'd like to send to me, for me to read, do that. I will keep it totally anonymous when I respond to it in a vlog. Again, as I've said, I'm a teacher, and as a teacher, I'd like to help, to guide. I'm never going to say that I have all the answers. I'm not, you're getting a jail-free card. I'm not there to help you in a jam necessarily, but like I said, sometimes it's nice to have someone who will talk to you, or talk at you, or talk with you. Let's have a conversation, is what I'm trying to say. Let's do that. Let's have a conversation, because conversations are important, even when you don't really feel like talking. They're very cathartic, and I believe in them. So yeah, I think I'll just start signing off these things the way I say goodbye, which is not goodbye, but rather take care, because I will see you again, you'll see me again, and we'll all be fine, we'll be grand. Yeah, take care.